It was a crisp morning in Seattle, WA. The city's famous skyline was illuminated by the rising sun. I woke up in an instant panic. I glanced at the calendar and realized that I had committed the most heinous crime known to man. I'd forgotten our wedding anniversary. Luckily, my wife was still asleep. I knew I had to make things right. In a frenzy, I rushed to the kitchen and prepared a makeshift breakfast No, I didn't. I burnt the shit out of the toast and the coffee was ice cold. I can't give her this. I walked back into the bedroom with no breakfast or coffee in hand and no future in sight. I walk into the room with a now awake and already pissed off wife muttering something about making plans and storming out of the room. Realizing the gravity of the mistake, I decided to make amends. Like any other basic and desperate male would do, I planned a surprise dinner at the top of the Space Needle for us two tonight. The only problem was my wife was still not home, and I could not get a hold of her anymore.
Once I finally found my wife, I convinced her to come back to the apartment. As I nervously approach, she raises an eyebrow, unimpressed. After a few grueling hours of not talking to each other, I bolted out of the apartment at the first chance I could, leaving behind a now furious wife. Why I thought this was a good idea, I don't know. I looked for the perfect anniversary gift, cursing myself for the forgetfulness that got me into this mess. Little did I know my wife was not one to be trifled with when it came to forgotten anniversaries. I was looking at Pike Place Market searching for a gift. I know. I'm basic. I got it. I sensed a growing presence behind me. Turning around, I saw my wife hot on my wheels. She had been following me ever since I left. Wait, what? Is she packing heat? My wife is chasing me through the streets of Seattle. Pissed off because I forgot our anniversary. Normally, I would engage with my wife, but this time, I knew I needed to choose my life. I booked it out of there, dodging through Seattle's bustling Pike Place Market, trying to maneuver her, but she was fueled by determination and anger. Luckily, I still had our dinner reservations. In a last-ditch effort for my life, knowing my wife was chasing me around with who knows what, so yes, I ran all the way to the Space Needle from Pike Place Market in fear for my life, from my wife. Running around the market, I must have given all the tourists and vendors watching the greatest spectacle that they have seen in Seattle, besides the fish getting tossed around. Once I arrived at the Space Needle, I was clearly super tired. With adrenaline pumping through my veins, realizing I cannot outrun my wife forever, I decided to finally acknowledge her, chasing me through the city. I told her about our reservations for us, and I watched the anger in her eyes soften. We went up top and had a wonderful dinner, surrounded by a picturesque view of the Puget Sound. That was 5 years ago. We now have 2 kids together. I think we have grown so much as a couple since that anniversary. I have never missed another anniversary since this experience. I didn't plan on forgetting again. That was until I think I accidentally confused my wife for her twin sister last weekend in LA. The worst part, honestly, 50-50 which one I slept with. After so long together, you would think I'd know the difference. Nope. Now I'm just in double the trouble. Send help. Like and follow, and I will share what happened in LA.